What's going on, guys? My name is Brandon. Just a real quick video today. We got to finish up the tractor project from last week. I'll put a link up above. If you haven't seen that, I ended up hitting a tree with the tractor. I bent the front axle. We ended up repairing it. We got it all back together, but I had some parts on back order. So this episode, we're going to finish that up. And I'm going to start just a new quick project. Nothing serious, but I'm going to talk to you towards the end of this video about some upcoming projects. So stick around. Let's get going. And this was that one that was really beat up from that video. So now it's got all new bushings and cap, and it should be all set until next time. Yeah. Now we'll just put a couple shots of grease in it. So for you guys that aren't regular viewers, you'll know that I picked this bagger up for free on the side of the road because it had a little bit of work that it needed done to it. One of the things is that the bottom of this was split, which is pretty common. You know, it was all taped up with duct tape. I've got a permanent fix, which has lasted almost 2 seasons, so if you're interested, I'll attach the playlist in the description to this, and you can see how I fixed it. But yeah, so I picked this bagger up for free, and it's a 2-bagger setup, and it also had the plastic was all torn out, so this was a MIG welding project that we turned this into, so I fixed that. That was pretty simple, and to connect it all up, I made a hitch. So this is a quick disconnect hitch that fits on the existing pins. This is a car receiver, so you pull this pin, this bagger comes out, and you can put a 2-inch receiver in it. You can put all the attachments that you'd actually put on a vehicle. And I'll have links to this within that playlist. So yeah, you can't beat free. And this is how slick it works. Just that easy. Set it and forget it. All right, let's go down in the workshop. We got a little fabrication project to do. So the other day, my wife and I took the bike to the fair, and when we got there, there wasn't really any place to park. It's not a paved parking lot, so it left me kind of scurrying, like, where was I going to park the bike? There was a grass section that they wanted me to park in. What can happen is if you put your kickstand down, if the ground is soft, the kickstand will literally just like stick into the ground, and then your bike will flip over. That's not good. I was looking around for rocks, little flat rocks that I could find to try to wedge up under the kickstand to try to give it a bigger footprint. Well, this project that we're going to do right now has prompted me, because of that, to do this. Let's get going. What I got, guys, is I've got a couple sheets of brushed aluminum. You can see it's 1/8 inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up into smaller pieces so they make a great little kickstand. And because it's aluminum, it's super light and it'll be strong as well. So I was just curious, that was a good depth of cut. So on the flat, it'll cut a piece 4.5 inches across. So I was just curious, let's stand it up. And look at that, guys. That's what I love about this tool. Virtually burr-free and a super straight cut. So let's cut a few more. In one of the last videos where we went to Chicago and did some work, I'll put a link up above. When we came home, my wife and I were gone for like 10 days. When we came home, I had my motorcycle parked in the garage, and the garage floor, believe it or not, is asphalt. It's paved, and the motorcycle was almost on its side when we got home. It was just leaning down, so it didn't have anything under the kickstand. So this will work good for that, and I can keep it right in the bike. It'll be nice and light, and I'm going to give away a few of these away to my friends, and I'll probably keep them on the bike and just give them to people. So for this, it's just like a regular chop saw. What I have to do here is just raise the blade up just enough, the blade guard, so it can catch the metal. Without it, it's just going to bang into it. It doesn't have enough travel to open. Just going to take my hand, do that, and that gets us going. So if I just try to clamp this down, what's going to happen is that this shoe is going to want to turn, okay? So what I got to do is I got 5 pieces in here. I just need to make sure I got 5 pieces on this side so that shoe will push nice and even against that stack. There, see? Just like that. Now we can cut this whole stack all as one piece. Ready? Pretty sweet, huh? A tip for you guys. It seems like now, there's just a very, very, very slight burr on the edge of this. And it would seem like, just maybe bring it to the bench grinder or use your angle grinder. That would be a no-no. So you can't grind aluminum with an abrasive wheel. What'll happen is that the abrasive wheel will fill up with the aluminum garbage that it takes off, and the wheel can actually blow up. So you want to use a flap disc if you're going to do it, and that's what I use. So just, if you're going to grind aluminum, don't use one of these, okay? Look at all the, leaves quite a bit of shards around, but boy, I'll tell you what, that evolution saw is the way to go when you're cutting stuff. I love it. I kind of do a lot of the stuff in my head, and this is no exception. So after I built them, I said, well, that looks a little too big, so I ended up cutting them in half. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, you could actually partially drill a hole through the center of this, or even put, one there and one there, epoxy in a rare, those rare earth magnets, and just stick that, boom, right to the side of your swing arm. You know what I mean? So it's always on your bike when you need it, or stick it to something metal. So, or, better yet, you could even take this and Velcro it to one side, puts another piece of Velcro inside of one of your fairings, boom, stick it to that, put it under your seat, wherever. But I kind of like that now. That seems to be a really good size and kind of handy. So, and I've got a bunch of them. I'm going to give them out to my buddies. So now we're about 2.5 inches square. And the best part is that they're extremely light and they don't take up a lot of weight or a lot of room. So I do have some super exciting news to share with you. I've got something on order. I'm going to give you a hint what it is. It weighs over 500 pounds. It has to do with this table, and it could have something to do with this. You guys remember this? The old four-wheeler? Well, not only does it have something to do with that, it's got something to do with pretty much every project we do from here on out. I don't really want to give away what this new piece of shop equipment is going to be, but like I said, it's going to be heavy, it's going to be big, and it's going to make the work that I do in the workshop so much easier, and it's going to be somewhat innovative. It's going to bring my work, I feel, to a whole new level. So if you guys want to know what that is, stick around. It'll be in an upcoming episode. It's going to have its own episode altogether. If you want to know what I'm working on before it even makes it up to YouTube, you guys can catch me on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll have the links down below. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If this is something that you like, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I have new videos every week, so be sure to hit the bell notification, and I will see you guys next week. Until then,
Take care, stay safe, see ya.